welcome to the Vet with Pets podcast. I'm Elliot. I'm normally joined by Becky, but I've left her at home today. Well, actually not at home, she's on holiday. It's normally who does the podcast with me. So I'm today joined by Josh, the wildlife man. So yeah, I mean, tell me, Josh, why are you called the wildlife man, and start talking.
So the name the wildlife man originated many years ago because I wanted to get into sharing my wildlife adventures, be that just what I was seeing on a walk or what I was taking photos of. But I saw a lot of people, when posting about their photos and whatnot online, it was all about their name as opposed to the wildlife. So I wanted more of an anonymous name. So it wasn't about me, it was about the wildlife I was posting. So that was where the name was born from. And I live my life to do as much wildlife related viewing, observing, documenting and recording as I can in my spare time.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that I think there's a lot of people that I think in life sort of have ambitions about wanting to do something like you do for, I think, a job role and also a hobby. And I think probably quite lucky to be able to do a lot of that.
Yeah, I spent 7 years working in the supermarket, and that was 7 years too long. So
it's soul destroying.
Yeah, so I knew I needed to do something to change that. It's been great to start turning my life towards doing something that I enjoy as opposed to something that I loathe on a daily basis. It makes such a difference.
And I mean, we're here today, so we've just released Oona the Puffin, and we talked about her a bit on the podcast before, and so we're just sat like in Pembrokeshire, right on the coast, and you were saying like this weekend was it? We're going to go and stay on Scoma?
This weekend, Saturday, Sunday and Monday I'll be staying on Scoma, which will be great. With any luck, I don't know how I'll be able to identify her, but might find Oona on the island.
I know. To be fair, I think you could just take a photo of any puppet and say, I found her, and people will believe you. I mean, like, truth be told, when I laid eyes on her, I was like, I think this is a female puffin, and I said it with confidence and conviction, and then that stuck, and it was. From then onwards she was female. So yeah, you never know. How did you end up here? Because you don't sound like you've grown up locally.
No, so I'm from Windsor originally, but I fell in love with the Welsh coast when I was about 15 years old. I first came to Newquay, which is just up the coast from where we are here at the moment in Ceredigion. I came here on a sea kayaking holiday with my dad when I was about 15, and I had no idea about the dolphins. There's the largest population of semi-resident bottlenose dolphins in the UK, in Cardigan Bay, and had dolphins popping up alongside the kayak almost immediately from launching the kayak, and that was it. I was hooked on the area and would come back every year on holiday, and I always thought this would be a great place to live if one day I could.
That's amazing. I think it's one of those things that I'm sure there's other things you want to achieve in life, but I think to have gone somewhere and had those experiences and think I want to go and live there, and then to actually do it, I think is really commendable.
It was not the most straightforward path to moving there. No. In 2018, I quit my job in the supermarket. Yes. And I went for a very long walk. I walked to the whole of the Welsh coast path and the whole of the southwest English coast path in one hit. So it was 1,600 miles over 6 months. Started during the Beast from the East, minus 10 degrees and snow. Finished in a heat wave down in Dorset. And I did that to raise money for the Marine Conservation Society. As I didn't really have anything to put on a CV to show that I was professionally interested in pursuing some sort of career in wildlife or conservation. I used that walk as the stepping stone to channeling towards what I do now.
Do you think did you feel like you had something to prove? Like,
in a way, I feel like I've probably wasted many years working in the supermarket.
I'm sure. Like, talking as an employer, you've got lots of valuable key skills you would have learned in that time.
Perhaps, But it was certainly freeing to leave that behind and know that this could be a turning point in life, really.
So tell me about some of the other things you do. So before we start recording, you're talking about the Welsh Ornithological Society. Have I said that correctly now?
That is correct. So I have just been co-opted as a trustee onto the Welsh Ornithological Society. So that is effectively birds in Wales. So anything to do with birds in Wales is the remit there, particularly liaising with BTO Cymru and RSPB Cymru and any other bird-based organisations in Wales, and promoting the birds that we have here as well, like Oona.
Yeah, I hope that would make a good story for the newsletter. Anyway.
Yes.
So nice bit of content.
Definitely.
So what if you were to like pin down, I don't know, 2 or 3 wildlife challenges in Wales, like what do you think would be, if there was a few things, if you had like a bit of magic wand to create funding or knowledge or resources?
That is an excellent question. It would be great to see some of the lost farmland birds returning. So I think it's very this is the talking point at the moment with sustainable farming scheme and whatnot of the impact that high intensity farming is having on our natural landscape. So to see the return of yellowhammers in Ceredigion, so that would be be fantastic. But all those farmland birds.
It's such a challenge though. I mean, the trouble is that farming is a direct reflection of what the average consumer wants, which is cheap, easy food. And the thing is then, to get cheap, easy food, you need to do high intensity farming a lot of the time. And it's working out how to achieve that balance, isn't it?
I don't think there's,
and to keep everyone on board, isn't it? It's finding that middle ground. There's something that
exactly
works.
It's easy to come up with ideas and put them in place, but if you haven't got the farmers on board, it's not going to work. And
the public as well. For the public to recognise then what conservation organisations and what farmers are doing and what to support, what to look out for. Because actually I think the average person, if you go in the supermarket and say, pick something that you know is going to help local wildlife, like where would you even start?
It's good.
You'd have no idea, would you?
It's a good point.
Fascinating. I think farmland birds nationally is always a point of interest, isn't it? What about from the sea point of view though? Because that's, like we were talking earlier on, you've got some amazing images of dolphins and stuff recently.
So I, under another hat, I'm the regional coordinator for West Wales for the Sea-Watch Foundation. And the Sea-Watch Foundation are a national organisation basically monitoring the marine mammals around the UK, with one of their flagship projects being in Cardigan Bay, the Cardigan Bay Monitoring Project, where we have the bottlenose dolphins. And I've been very lucky recently. We've had some surveys of the special area of conservation in Cardigan Bay, where we've seen some fantastic wildlife. We had a few weeks ago 3 minke whales, which was really cool. I managed to get some underwater footage of one of the minkies as well as it came underneath the boat, which was amazing, and you could hear it as well. So amazing. Cool. And then we've had some really, really nice flat, calm conditions, sunny days, and we had some big pods of common dolphin, which was some terrific viewing and led to some really nice photos as well.
I mean, it's absolutely spectacular. With things like the minke whales, I presume my whale knowledge is not the best, but they're not a species that's going to hang around locally. They're going to be travelling vast distances. Correct,
so I think it is sort of June time for the west coast of the UK. It's minke season. I don't know where they're heading or where they come from.
No.
It might be a case that nobody knows, because I know that is the case with some species, like basking shark, for example. But around June is the time to see them off the west coast, at least, off the Welsh coast.
And just thinking with the resident dolphin population, is there any tagging schemes or anything like that? I guess what I'm getting at, is there anything to identify individuals? That would also be fascinating.
So no tagging scheme as such, but we can identify each individual via their dorsal fin, which is that big fin on their back.
Dolphins as well?
Wow. So whether it be shape, size, coloration, scars, marks, it will create a naturally occurring individual profile, like our fingerprints. And that is part of what Sea-Watch Foundation does. They have a catalogue of all the recorded dolphins that they've seen, and then when going out on survey, we'll try and get photos of the fins of the dolphins that we're seeing to establish if it's a dolphin that we've seen before or not, and if it is one that we've seen before, who it is, how they're doing, who they're interacting with, so on.
That's cool. I didn't know you could do that with dolphins. I knew that other like whale species you could do, but
so there are some dolphins whose dorsal fins are much more distinct than others.
Yeah,
and they're the easy ones.
They're
the easy ones to tell apart. Some it's much more difficult.
I presume probably if you're local and doing like dolphin spotting tours and things, I guess there's probably some regular individuals that people will be able to identify behaviour and that sort of thing as well.
Certainly. So probably the easiest to identify would be Ghost. She's just had a new calf, which is super. Boo, her calf is called. And she's really easy to tell apart. On the right-hand side of her dorsal fin at the base, there's 2 white dashes. And you can spot her from a good distance away.
Yeah. I think it's something that I think from a public point of view, I think when people can get engaged with an individual like Oona the Puffin, like know, I posted on our work Facebook the other day with a picture of a baby pigeon being like, look, we treat like stuff like this all the time, but because you get Puffin there, everyone's like, oh, it's Puffin, it's amazing. Because it's something which is unique and identifiable and different.
And well, funny you should say that, because Sea-Watch Foundation has an Adopt a Dolphin scheme. And Ghost is one of those adoptable dolphins.
Like a flagship dolphin.
There's a few others, but I would say Ghost is probably the dolphin that gets most updates because she is so easy to identify. Everybody knows her.
And I mean, do you, day to day, what's your favourite wildlife on your doorstep? Like, is there anything, if you got somewhere nearby, something visits your garden?
Well, so we've just moved house and our garden's now quite big. We've got just under, about 6 acres.
Wow, and that's more than a garden.
So we've been keeping a bird log of all the species that we've seen so far this year. And I think we're at 74 different bird species this year. So that's good. Elsewhere, I mean, the dolphins from Newquay are just on our doorstep as well. So that's great. And then here, where we are now, going slightly further afield, but not too far away, Skomer Island would probably be my favourite place to visit locally for wildlife, specifically for the puffins, but there is a lot more there as well.
And you've got alpacas.
Correct. Three alpacas and now 8 hens. The alpacas are called Pip, Inca and Claude. The hens are Daisy, Cinnamon, Ginger, and then we've just got 5 new ones that we haven't named yet. So names pending.
How do you end up with 3 alpacas? So a conscious decision. Or
they came with the house that we just moved into.
So that was part of
the deal of moving in, as the land was their home. The previous owners would have felt bad in taking them away. So they asked if we would.
That's the sort of situation I get into.
they are, they're characters. It's all good fun. People love alpacas as well. So we are opening have just opened as a bed and breakfast. And hopefully that'll be quite a fun little selling point for people to come stay, come meet the alpacas as well. They're largely friendly, but they might spit if.
I'm famously not the biggest fan of alpacas. I think I've got goats. Goats are my thing. We have got a couple of Shetland ponies and various other things, but alpacas I always find a bit like, I don't know, they're sort of like, are they interested in me? Are they not? Do they want me here? Probably not.
I would suggest that certainly our 3 boys are not. They're social on their own terms. Most of the time, they're happy to just be left alone and left to graze. I've got a question for you about goats, actually. Because I was thinking about this the other day, and you might well be the person to ask. Would they eat Himalayan balsam?
Yes.
They would. Do you know is that an appropriate way to dispose of Himalayan balsam?
I think as long as you're taking care of the welfare needs of the goats, then yes.
Because there's so much Himalayan balsam about, and you have to pay somebody to come and dispose of it properly, because you can't just burn it. Technically,
I'm pretty sure. I'm going to have to fact check this afterwards now. You made me doubt myself, but no, I'm pretty confident that they can eat it.
I don't think it's toxic, but I was thinking that could be a great business plan, is people who have goats taking other people's Himalayan balsas and having it disposed that way. I don't know what the legality around that is. But.
No, I presume that. I was going to say I don't know if seeds would pass through, but if you feed it in flour anywhere as it's growing, then that wouldn't be a concern. No. Well, if you've got 6 acres, it sounds like you need some goats.
Yeah, so I'm considering it.
I've got one that I can send you away for sure. So maybe 2. Did you? If someone had asked you 10 years ago that you're going to be living where you're living with 3 random alpacas, what would you say?
I wouldn't have believed them. No, I don't think. It is a stunning place. We've got woodland, we've got river running alongside. We are just a 5-minute walk from the beach. So we're very lucky, and no, I wouldn't have seen it coming. I would have always hoped, but
Then you make your own luck, you know, that's what you've done, you've made your own luck.
I am a firm believer of that as well. Because the more you sort of look to push forward, or even if it's in terms of wildlife and wildlife photography, say for an example, the amount of times people have asked me, how did you get that photo? And my answer has been, well, I just got lucky. But you do create your own luck. The more you're out there, the more you're trying, the more likely you are to succeed eventually. It doesn't matter that you failed the 2,000 shots that came before that one.
Well, that's the thing that people don't see, and it's the same in my job role as well. Like, we'll put the good news stories on because people like to see it, and people like to see that good photo. But for every good news story that I put on, there'll be something that hasn't gone to plan. Or the other day, I had a patient that I saw, and as far as I'm aware, I did the right thing, but it went home and they called me an hour later because it had died when it got home. I thought, well, that's rubbish, but it's life, isn't it? And that's the bit that you don't put out there. You put out all the amazing shots.
You're right.
I'm sure you've had countless days in the cold and the wind and the rain. And you've gone out thinking you're going to get that spectacular photo, and you come back and you look at them and you're like, it's just not what I wanted.
Many.
But you can do it again.
Oh yes.
You make that luck. You think you
going.
Put yourself back in that position, don't you? And it will come. What's next? What's your plans? So
pushing forward with the bed and breakfast. So we only started advertising a few weeks ago. We've had a couple of guests, and looking ahead to the summer holidays, we haven't got many bookings at the moment, but hopefully that will change. But this is our first year doing it, so the pressure's off in a sense. This is a trial run as long as next year.
Do you own the property? You bought it?
Well, my partner does.
Yes. Okay.
Long term, the plan is for that to be used as a base to host our own wildlife tours. I spent 6-7 years doing wildlife tours on the boats in Newquay to see the dolphins. Always doing it for someone else, but to be able to do that under my own steam going forward is the plan.
Well, and you're doing it the right way, you know. I think part of being here now is you're making your own brand, aren't you? You're making your own platform to launch that sort of thing.
Got some chuffs.
I've never seen a chuff before.
Have you not? Is that first?
No, I know. I just heard that noise. I know what that noise is.
Very distinct.
That's amazing. I've never seen. Well, I've seen them in captivity, but not in the wild.
So where we are here, this is called the Deer Park at Martin's Haven.
But no deer. It's worth noting.
No deer.
There are cows.
Cows, no deers. And lots of chuff. So the most I've seen, maybe 20 or so at a time.
Wow,
if you go out towards the headland, you tend to get them just feeding around the headland. Skoma as well. You've got them breeding on Skoma.
That's the
first wild chuff. Great.
It's amazing. It's probably just because I don't really get out anywhere.
Well, they're
I very rarely stray anywhere from Herefordshire, so.
Well, they are very isolated chuff populations, so they're doing well here, but you only find them on the west coast of Wales, a small population down in Cornwall. I think that might be stretching up to Devon. I heard some reports of some chuff being seen South Devon last year, and then the west coast of Ireland as well.
Were they native here all along as such, or was this a reintroduction site? Because I know there's been projects further south, probably in Cornwall, I guess, to reintroduce.
It is of my understanding that they are native here.
They've just been here. Remained a stronghold. Oh, that's cool. I feel really happy with something. Great.
They're iconic. They were referred to as flame raven once upon a time because of their red beak and red feet, which is an excellent name.
It's a much better name than chuff.
Yes. Whoever made chuff the main name, I think missed out there.
I might go home and tell my children I was in a flame break, and they'll be like, "Shut up, Daddy." I tell them all sorts of nonsense. They never know quite what to believe and what not to believe. No, well, I'm conscious it's now starting to rain.
It is a bit,
and I'm also conscious of time because I've wasn't fully open with my team to tell them that I was driving all the way over here and leaving them to it. So it is my day off, but normally I'm nearby. So yes, I better head back towards Herefordshire.
Yeah, hopefully you won't find another puffin waiting for you on your return.
Oh, do you know what? I think stranger things have happened. That would be quite the media story. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, all the interviews and stuff, and today, and interesting. Yeah, I think for me it's a top 5 bizarre events today to just come to a fairly random car park in Wales to meet a group of people that I have not met before to release a puffin. It's one of those things you just think, it doesn't really happen every day, does it? It's one of those bizarre events.
One you'll remember, I'm sure.
Oh, well, yeah, it will be. And it's one of those things that you just got to be a yes man every now and then, and you'll be like, yes, I will go and do that. That's fine. Yes.
You never know what situation saying yes might get you into.
No, exactly. Sometimes ones that you very quickly find yourself trying to dig your way back out of. But today is not one of those. So that's good. Yeah, no, but it's been nice to meet you, Josh.
And nice to meet you too. And well done to you and your team for everything you did with Oona.
So I've said all day, it's been a privilege, really. And I think we'll be booking to come and stay in your B&B.
No, you'll be most welcome.
Sounds like a good plan.
Look forward to having you.
And
you can bring a goat to eat.
Yeah, awesome. I'm thinking I might actually do that. Yeah, if you want a couple of goats, we can organise that. And what was I just going to say? If people want to find you, you're the Wildlife Man, and you're on Facebook. You're on any other social media?
Yeah, so on Facebook it's the Wildlife Man, and then that is where I post most. I used to post a lot on Twitter and X, but I have come off that. Just created a Blue Sky account, which I've only posted on once. We'll see.
I don't even know what Blue Sky account is.
It's the platform that's been launched to be what Twitter used to be, effectively.
I've never been on Twitter, so I just never got into it.
Once upon a time, I had 24,000 followers on Twitter, so it was a shame to sort of leave that community behind. But I felt the platform went downhill quite drastically. Elsewhere, Instagram, which I'm looking to get better at.
My Instagram is shocking. I've got 172 followers. So I don't really get Instagram, but you'll be fine because you've got amazing photos. So.
The app for that is at Josh the Wildlife Man. Okay. But as I say, Facebook is the main one at the moment.
Yeah. Maybe podcasting in the future.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. This is my first anything to do with a podcast, listening, partaking, or. So this has been fun.
I've seen it's dead easy, and it's my favourite thing is just get to talk to people.
Yeah,
you just get to have a chat and find out about people. And I like being nosy. I like to know what goes on. And I don't think this will be the last time we meet. I think we'll definitely come to visit. So
I look forward to it.
Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up for that, Josh.
Super.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
And this has been the Vet with Pets podcast. And we'll leave it at that.